You're watching Eurosport's live coverage of the first of the Mercedes Super 9 tournaments, the Newsweek Champions Cup from Indian Wells. Pete Sampras serving a set to the good, love one down in the second. Well, Sampras having a long look at that, but my gut reaction was that he had just missed. Only the third point he's lost on serve all match, and maybe found it hard to believe. And that's the shot that's certainly impressing me today, the Sampras forehand. Tell you from my caption monitor up here that Goran Ivanisevic has just won 6-4, 7-5. Lovely shot from Joyce, really leaning into that backhand. 6-4, 7-5, Ivanisevic against Jordi Berrio, so he will play Carlos Costa in the quarters. Oh, shame that for Joyce, just a little glimmer of a chance. Sampras staying back behind the second serve. Fifth ace, and again the curve ball, the one wide to the forehand side, really coming round the ball, with a slice on it. So Joyce has now won more points on Sampras' opening service game of the second set than he did in the whole of the first set. So good overhead, Sampras. It was a good get from Joyce. But he's very secure on the smash. Yeah, Sampras, I don't know whether he's broken a string or just wants to adjust a string in his racket. Looks as if he's broken a string there. New racket out. 1-1 second set. 3-3 in the second set between Furlan and Gaudenzi. I can tell you, first set Furlan. Well, that's a rare wild forehand from Sampras. Working pretty sweetly. And maybe just a little lapse of concentration, having won that first set so comfortably. Well, certainly what looked to be a very gentle service game for Joyce. It's now a difficult one, 40 love to 40-30. Net cord on the second serve. Well, we've had three tight games at the start of the second set. Two of them to 30, the other a deuce, but all three have gone with serve. 2-1, Joyce leads.
It started in Miami. Now they're off to Brazil. The IndyCar Series is live on Eurosport. Jimmy Vasser was the hero in Florida, but they'll be queuing up to set the record straight in race number 2. Meanwhile, Britain's Mark Blundell's baptism of fire continues. Race number 2 of the IndyCar Series, live from Rio, Sunday, 5 p.m. on Eurosport. With Husqvarna, Forest and Garden. Bridgestone, the science of performance. And Valvoline motor oil.
Yes, much better day today here in Indian Wells in the Californian desert. Looking at some of the mountains, they've got a fair amount of snow up the top of them, as you can tell overnight. The Santa Rosa Mountains and San Jacinto is the big one. It really is a lovely area, this. My first time here, and been very, very impressed. Pete will not be so impressed with his first serve percentage, 53, but a lot of winners. He's just struggling with the sun now in his eyes at that far end, the north end of the court. 1-2. Well, it takes a really good lob to trouble Sampras. So that tells you about the quality of that one. Ah, the slam dunk. Everybody loves those. Yes, look at this. Michael Jordan, anything you can do, I can do better. That's a good response from Joyce. He's growing in confidence now. He's beginning to get at the Sampras serve. Another look at the fantastic smash. Terrific elevation. Didn't quite get so much height that time, did he, Sampras? Hesitated a little bit. Still impressive. Not getting the 3 points on the first serve that he was in the first set. In fact, just looking at our statistics, Pete's only won half of the points behind his first serve in this set, compared with 76% in the entire match. But that's a good deeper approach. Hit with pace as well, no holding back on it. Six ace. So Sampras is having to work much harder for his service games in this set, but as yet he hasn't faced a break point. Beautifully constructed point. Maybe the backhand approach wasn't quite as good as he would have wanted, but it still put him in command at the net. That was the forehand that drew Joyce so wide. Sampras could have done a bit more with that, seemed to get it a little awkwardly. Just a little plea from Michael Joyce in the direction of umpire Christ. I don't think there was any doubt of that one had drifted just long. Oh dear. First double fault of the match from Joyce, and he's in huge problems now. Love 40. So both breaks of serve in this match have been to love. And Sampras, the defending champion, looks set now to move into the quarters. Up a set and a break at 3-2.
Eddie, come on. Take me to the Hilton.
A scoreline that's looking very good for Pete Sampras and his fans. 6-3, 3-2 and serving against Michael Joyce. Live third round action coming from California. But even if he loses, Michael Joyce can look back for considerable satisfaction at a great week. Maybe that statistic will tell him to move forward a little bit more. Seventh ace. Came through the qualifying and 2 wins. With his bank balance, a lot of good. $24,600 for losing in the third round. And also his ranking, a lot of good. Ooh, well, the lady line judge changed her mind at the last moment. The palms went down, and then the hand went out. Norm Christ will know all about that. I think she may actually have been right, but of course Sampras just saw the palms going down and thought, right, won that point. And the next thing he hears is the lady line judge. You see there, the hand goes out very late. Late decision. Good depth there from Joyce. Once again, Sampras having to work hard for his service games. Oh, that's a terrific volley. Even though he was behind the service line, swung it out wide. Joyce had read that, and look how far back Sampras is when he makes the volley, but he makes it perfectly. The powerful serve setting up the easy backhand volley, and Sampras consolidates his lead. Second time in the match he's won 3 successive games. Sampras has hit 23 winners in this match, compared with 9 by his opponent. Unforced errors, 10 from Sampras, 14 from Joyce. Shot. If he can really develop this backhand down the line consistently, my, he'll be even tougher to beat. Just the second ace of the match from Joyce. It really has been an effective shot today, hasn't it? The Sampras backhand down the line. Joyce likes to edge over to his backhand side to bring his big forehand into play, and he's being exposed in his forehand corner. Third ace, and the first one down the centre. The other two were both swinging wide. Interesting, there wasn't a single deuce game in the first set, and this is the third deuce game of the second. Well, the Californian doing well, because at 30 all, obviously a double break, and it really would have been curtains for Joyce. Instead, just the one break of serve behind, so he's not without hope, although he still hasn't threatened to break the Sampras serve. Indeed, as yet, still hasn't had a break point against it. Now, let me tell you that out on court number 4, Andrea Gaudenzi has levelled at a set all. Remember, he lost the first set on the tiebreak by 7 points to 5. He's won the second set by the margin of 6 games to 3, and he's serving in the opening game of the third set. And the winner of that goes on to play Paul Haas, and the winner of that match then goes on to play the winner of this, which obviously looks like it will be Pete Sampras. Just about to get underway on what's called the clubhouse court here, because surprisingly enough, it's next to the clubhouse. You have Jim Courier against Wayne Ferreira, one of the other outstanding third round matches. Ferreira, having just won in Scottsdale, Arizona, and a tight win over Mark Philippoussis in a final set tiebreak yesterday. The sun out in all its glory at the moment, thank heavens. There's a fair amount of cloud around at the moment, but it's high and doesn't look to be rain-bearing. Good wrong footing shot from Sampras, setting up the point. Joyce doing well to lunge back to his left. That's an 8th ace. Make that 9. And just a second double fault. First coming on the very first point of the match. A scoreline that means that Michael Joyce must hold serve here, or else Sampras is into the quarterfinals. Well played. And notice that Michael, of course, switches his hat around depending whether he's got the sun in his face or in his neck. Oh, unlucky. Didn't miss by much. Oh, a nice shot. Right onto the line, doing to Sampras what Sampras has done to him fairly frequently in this match. So Joyce holds serve to love, but it will be Sampras to serve for the match after this.
Toyota! Hallihallo bei 25 Jahre Toyota in Deutschland. Das heißt 25 Jahre immer in Bewegung. Das muss gefeiert werden. Mit dem neuen Toyota Paseo, dem neuen Toyota Carina und dem neuen Corolla Sondermodell Hit Special. Aber das Tollste ist bei Ihrem Toyota-Händler. Ist Ihnen nicht recht?
Ja, lassen Sie sich überraschen. Ab dem 23. Februar bei Ihrem Toyota-Händler. Feiern Sie mit.
The 1996 Ski Jumping World Cup is in Norway. Can the Flying Finns stop Austria's Andy Goldberger from retaining his title? And what can the Norwegians do on the mythical hill at Holmenkollen? This program is brought to you on Eurosport in association with Warsteiner, partner in the Eurosport team. The Ski Jumping World Cup final, Saturday 10:30 AM and 5:30 PM, Sunday 10:30 PM.
Pete Sampras then to serve for a place in the quarterfinals against Michael Joyce. And a 10th ace to speed him on his way. Really has been an ideal match, one feels, for Sampras this. He's always been nicely in control. How about that for a pickup? Impressive indeed. Yes, just riding it. 3 match points. Just missed. But an early break in each set, hasn't faced a break point in the entire match. That's the ideal sort of encounter you want when you're easing your way back after injury. Have I spoken too soon? That's good play from Joyce. An excellent return again, forcing the half volley. So match point number 3. That'll do. Well, I make that match lasting at 1 hour and 21 seconds. And a good hour's work indeed for the defending champion. Ideal opening match for him. 6-3, 6-4, and Sampras through to the last 8 of the Newsweek Champions Cup. Yes, I think Paul Anacone, who we hope will be joining us for our next match, will be very satisfied with that. I'm sure Pete will be. A very controlled performance. I was particularly impressed with the ground strokes today. The forehand brought in 5 clean winners, the backhand 2, and in particular I thought the backhand down the line, that was really working well. But a good week for Michael Joyce as well. The match statistics, well, there we can see 30 winners from Sampras, more than twice that of his opponent, and still fewer errors. He had 2 break points in the match, converted them both, and never faced a break point, and even the first serve percentage crept up as the match went on. So Pete Sampras will be very, very satisfied indeed. We're going to have another edition of Eurosport News, and then we're going to come back with the outstanding match of the day, Andre Agassi taking on Todd Martin. See you for that.